My name is Lamia, and this is the first part of this coursework. And this is the robot that I made for the first part. Yeah. Anyways, creating the mesh was very difficult for me, and I do have quite a lot to talk about because my laptop is very, very slow. I'm working on a MacBook, but for some reason it's just very, very slow in Blender. And it gave me a really, really hard time modeling this because here I have screenshots of how it looked like. Basically, my screen would just freeze like this, and then like whenever I would tap into edit mode, like my entire screen would just freeze basically, and then it would keep loading, and then it would just crash. So I would have to force quit the application and then reopen it, and then basically all the changes weren't saved, so I would have to redo it. So for example, the head of my robot, I would have to redo it like 5 times, if not more, because it would just not work, and it was extremely difficult to edit it anyhow. Really, it was just very, very difficult. So I want to put a lot of emphasis on that because I did spend a very, very long time trying to figure this out. And so, yeah. In the end, I was able to make my model, but then this is the problem, the other problem that I had to encounter. So basically, initially, I tried to just upload my robot into Mixamo and then use the inbuilt skeleton that they have, but it wouldn't work on my character for some reason. I don't know why. It wouldn't work. So I had to make my own skeleton. And then once I did, I used the automatic weights option when parenting it to the body. And basically this is what it started doing. So anytime I would move this bone, for example, this would be dragged on with this leg. And yeah, the physics were just messed up here. So yeah, it looked terrible. So then I had to research and look all over YouTube for all those tutorials. And then I figured out that I need to manually weight paint the entire body. So this was another very, very long and very, very overwhelming process because, again, my computer is just crazy bad. I really need to get a new one. So for example, here I would have to paint the head so that when the head is moving, nothing else, like no other part of the body moves. But I still had some issues because, for example, here, right, like the spot, like right next to this, the lower leg bone, right, it wouldn't paint. Like, no matter how hard I tried, I would go over it like 1,000 times, it would still not paint. And as you can see, this means that this part of the body would be moving along with this. So then whenever I would move this bone, like the spot over here would also move along with it. And it didn't really look good. But like I said, it's truly not my fault, because I don't know, I don't understand. It's just something with my computer. In the end, I was able to come to this, and I was really, really happy because, well, it's not perfect. You can still see that like some bits and like spots over here are not really working properly. But I still call that progress because I went from this to this, and I'm really glad that I was able to do so. So then I uploaded it onto Mixamo, and then this is what happened. Basically, some parts of the body were turned transparent, even though in the settings I did make sure that it was opaque. It was still transparent in Mixamo. And then here the skeleton failed completely, so then I had to redo it. And I think I redid the skeleton about 5 times overall because I had a lot of issues, and I thought maybe if I delete this bone, or maybe if I make my own skeleton from scratch, it would work better. So I had to experiment a lot. In the end, I just had to go with whatever I have over here, because this is the best that I could do. And then, yeah, also the texture here was terrible, and I thought that this is how my like character would look, like finalized. So I was really like, I didn't like that, especially the texture and the way that it was transparent. So I went back. I thought maybe if I changed the texture in Blender, maybe Mixamo can't handle roughness, that's too high or too low. But in the end, it didn't matter really, because yeah, I just had to go with whatever I had. Here is the running animation, and then yeah, over here the leg, the foot is deforming. I don't know why, but again, it's just something with my laptop. And yeah, so here in viewport, the animation was terrible. It was about 8 FPS, so I had to change the sync option to frame dropping. And then I also looped this animation, and I still didn't like it. So I decided to just screen record that animation in Mixamo. Yeah, so as you can see, it works a lot better here, and the feet don't deform here. So I don't understand why it was deforming in that other, in Blender, but yeah, it looks a lot better. Also, I was able to fix that transparent issue, as you can see. And then this is the idle animation. Yeah, this is the idle animation. And then this is the attacking animation. Okay, I think that is it for this part. I'm really hoping for your understanding. I'm hoping this is enough. Thank you so much.